This is like a continuation of like our Woman Okay and stuff series. So I'm technically behind on the times for this, but I'm sure it's fine as a standalone here. Let's go.
Hello again, friends, and happy Halloween. This Halloween, I have decided to dress up as the scariest possible
She looks like she sounds quiet. My apologies, chat. There we go.
thing to my audience. A woman. As the OG YouTube pick-me, I have made many videos dunking on bad female behavior, ranging from terrible things like the creepy female teacher epidemic, to more silly things like women posting their L's in my Are Women Okay video. The video where I read embarrassing stories women willingly put on the internet about themselves. And that video has sort of become a fan favorite. So I've gotten many requests from you guys to do a male version of that video. But the issue I found is the male version just doesn't exist. No, I'm not joking. I looked everywhere for the male equivalent, but it turns out, unlike women, men don't like to post embarrassing stories about themselves. Women will be out here
I wonder why men who are generally, a bit more, well, I guess both are prideful, but men stake more stock into their egos, their personality, themselves in general, because they're supposed to be leaders, they're supposed to be providers, protectors. When you post embarrassing things about yourself, it's embarrassing. It makes you look like a fool. It lowers your value as a man. You're not that alpha male, that Chad anymore. It's definitely more emasculating there, more feminizing overall, just in general. It's not actually that surprising that men don't really post their L's versus women. Oh, women do it because it gets them attention. Like that's literally it. Women will say shit without concern. Exactly. Like I do it all the time. I have so many embarrassing stories and I've said so many horrible things. I mean, oh, fuck. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, unfortunately. But, like, women do it because it gets some attention. Either get some sympathy or, it's funny, being a girl failure and all that stuff. Regardless, it gets some clicks. And they just have no shame. Women legitimately have no shame. There's nothing of value for them, especially in the modern day. Women don't have any value at all with their 20 plus body count. they're girl bossing their way through hundreds of thousands of dollars of college debt. Women don't actually have much value in the modern day, but they desperately still want the attention that if they actually did have value would give them. And so by posting their embarrassing stories, well, that's a good way to cope with it. This is why every successful society has established strict rules on women behavior and speech. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Honestly, there is something that has occurred on Twitter this past week, and if you know, you know, you know. And my god, it's gotten me very close to talking about a subject that I usually don't like talking about because I hate women. But at the same time, my desire for hating women is so strong that I really want to talk about it because it's so bad. But I'm not going to because I'm not suicidal. But holy fuck, women need a leash. A very, very short leash. Like 5 inches long leash, not leech, leash. English, motherfucker, English. Ooh, it's so annoying, but here we are.
openly talking about the time they got a yeast infection from the homeless man behind a Denny's, but a man won't even post about the time he said "you too" when a waitress said "enjoy your food." They take that to the grave. At least that's what I thought. Until I visited a dark, forbidden corner of the internet. I used a VPN, I changed my IP address, I went incognito mode, and I visited reddit.com. And I found one of the funniest and most depressing communities I have ever come across in all my years doing this. It's true, folks. I may have found the one place on the internet where men are posting their L's. Lord knows it's hard to be a man today, you know? Like, I couldn't imagine. You're told to be nice, but not too nice, confident, but not too confident, 6 foot, 6-pack, 6 figures, have a perfect beard or a
6 inches.
perfectly clean-shaven face.
I do want to add, of course it's fucking Reddit that she gets this from. There's no men that post on Reddit. Okay, that's a little bit hyperbolic. Because honestly, I will defend Reddit here. It is actually a good source of information if you're just trying to find some general knowledge, like how to fix a computer, how to do something, how to, build your character in Genshin Impact, how to do something technical just in general. You can actually find a good amount of information on Reddit that you can't find with Google anymore because Google is so bloated with ads, sponsors, articles, bullshit, DEI. Like it's Google is really hard to search for anything more worthwhile in there unless it's very basic bitch skimming the top of the skimming the surface type of info. You have to either use Yandex or Reddit, honestly, for this stuff. And when it comes to those kind of posts, especially if anything to do with like computers and technology, then you'll probably find some actual men there. Go to literally anywhere else of Reddit, and that's a whole different story. Politics, holy fuck, that's a nuclear reactor. Those advice channels, relationship thingies, like it's just disgusting. And just it's just a hellhole site, and this is where it gets its reputation from, because that's the vast majority of it, unfortunately. So yeah, it's not that surprising she's getting it there because, well, it is Reddit after all. It's just our politics infesting everything, yes, unfortunately. I'll say Reddit is decent. When I encounter a bug in a game someone has usually had the same problem and has the solution. Yes, I've had that many times before. Now it's been infested for like 20 years at this point. There was actually a decent point where Wikipedia was useful. I know when I was a kid, I was taught to never use Wikipedia as a source, which I still think that should be a good rule of thumb. But there was like a 5-year period, I would probably say, where you could find a decent amount of information on Wikipedia, and in a lot of cases you still can for more surface level knowledge. I mean, after all, the early life section does like to pay off, but it's still not the best.
No, they are not. We have gone over this many times and
Make it easier for him to edit.
10. Asked a girl out and she started laughing. Oh, that's just a learning experience, dude. Got super hard. Rice. Oh. 5'10", rice looks good. The only girlfriend I've had was on an online game when I was 11. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. That was a man. That was a 45-year-old man. Made this cake to celebrate 6 months on heroin. No woman could love a creature like me, but this feels great anyways. I only haven't ended my life because I don't want to make any women happy. My obsession with an anime girl prevents me from talking to 3D women. Every night before going to sleep, I watch a video of her kissing the camera, and it is almost always the highlight of my day. May I know which—
Chat. Generally, I'm against making fun of men because I am a men's rights activist, even if that kind of died in 2016. If that's any of you, get some help. In before them all, fuck you! Not to be a pick-me, but that's definitely not the worst thing. I'll be a little bit put off guard, and depending on how you act, I'll be a little bit weirded out. But at the same time, I'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, nice. And if you can actually manage to crack a few jokes, then I'll be actually laugh and listen. But what can I say? I'm a pick-me. Did someone say Warhammer? So have you heard of Horus? This sub is extremely blackpilling. Yes, seriously, I feel so bad for these guys. The chat don't listen to chat don't listen to them all. Women do not care about your artistic fixations. That is unfortunately true, but I have my own autistic fixations, and so I like listening to other people with their autistic fixations as well, because it's interesting personally. Like, it's so nice actually meeting somebody who, or listening to somebody who like genuinely cares about a topic, because you can tell they actually love it. They have a lot of enthusiasm, knowledge, they can usually make some jokes. They're very passionate about it, and I like that quality. Like, that's just, I don't know, but that's a me thing. Unfortunately, I know that's not very common, but then I'm one sentence away from saying, I'm not like other girls, so, but hey, I'm a pick-me, because you know why? You wanna know why I'm a pick-me? Because I actually want to be picked by a man. It's not that simple. It's really not that simple. You just do what men like, and then you get picked. And being a pick-me is usually women who are sympathetic to men and do what men like. If that makes me a pick-me, then hello here. That me. Not like other girls TM. No, like, see, the thing is, and maybe it's because I was like an only child, maybe because I was raised by my dad, and so I had a lot of like male habits that I picked up. But I was extremely insecure in high school. about not being able to get a boyfriend. And this is also, and roughly around this time too, I was also leaving the social justice warrior phase and watching a bit more Sargon of Akkad because he was my real introduction to more right-leaning politics. I say right-leaning because it's not social justice warrior stuff, but back in the day he was a classical liberal. Still left-wing, but I guess not as far left nonsense, essentially. It started me on like the whole, alt-right pipeline. And so I would listen and I would be like, okay, so how do I get a boyfriend? What do guys like? Okay, so they don't like the shitty pixie cut that I got from being a social justice warrior. A little bit of makeup wouldn't probably hurt, even though most guys like natural, but, still. Maybe don't dress in more like either rags or more masculine clothing. Dress a little bit more feminine. Actually be nice to men because some men like banter, but you're supposed to be nice to men. Like, don't be a crazy fucking feminist overall. And it's like, oh, okay. And then guess what? 3 months after I started doing that, I got a boyfriend. Granted, I was so desperate, I probably should have completely dodged him because it was a hot fucking mess for a year and a half, and I have lots of, well, I wouldn't say any regrets. I learned my lesson in that case. But I was a little bit too desperate, but regardless, 3 months after doing that, I got a boyfriend, so success. Wear a nice dress, Amal. That's one thing I will not capitulate. I don't like dresses, but dresses don't like me, so it works out. Yeah, just don't appear to be actively hostile to men. Wow, who could have guessed? I know. Fascinating. I'm retarded, it's fine. Anyway, let's continue on with the video. I've been yapping a lot.
Your boyfriend is younger than me. Oh no, his mom is being hag-maxed. She's 52, I'm 23. He's 21.
What?
He could literally be my brother. What the f do they even talk about? Oh, don't worry about it, bro. They're not doing much talking. I wish a tomboy could just casually kidnap me and drag me into a room. Pasta cereal. I feel like tomboys are like an endangered species. What the f is that? Forget tomboys, you need to be kidnapped by the feds. You need to be exiled away from society for what you did to that pasta. My ancestors are weeping. The last time I met anyone was when I went to the psych ward a few years ago, where I got a crush on the first girl who ever showed me any interest. She ghosted me. Just my stupid chungus life. Okay, honestly, good. Do not get with the f***ing girl you met at the psych ward, okay? None of this Harley Quinn Joker bullshit. You can't fix her. She can't fix you. No, no. No. Next. Today I found out the woman I have been pursuing is a lesbian. Burger meat hot dogs for me and my father, who hates me. Okay, 1, that is doo-doo. That is poop from a butt. And 2, it is not over. It's not over. There's still one way you can date her. Put this on. I don't deserve love.
That post does remind me of, God, it went viral on Twitter a few weeks ago. Some sort of Indian was posting their slop food and talking about how amazing it was. And it literally just... The meat literally just looked like a log of shit. It literally just looked like a log of shit, and that's basically the equivalent there. I guess that man's Indian. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
Segregated Tic Tacs. I have an eating disorder, gay, so I almost never actually cook. I'm eating plain strawberry yogurt out of a dog bowl this morning. F*** my lonely puppy life. Yesterday my scrambled eggs were oversalted. This morning they were undersalted. I have to kill myself. Wait, if the eggs are undersalted, can't you just put more salt on them? Wait, don't kill yourself. Just add more salt. Off to a VTuber burping compilation, and now I'm having the only meal I know how to make. Where the f did it all go wrong?
Hey, yo, that's Growski. That's literally Growski, the Indian in the chat. I hate burping on stream, but that man gets off on it. This is literally Growski. I found your post. We got him. You know what the sad thing is? I don't think he's actually here today. Oh my god. Somebody clip this and send to him in the Discord server. He needs to know that we found his Reddit post. He's being ousted on stream. Why is our little teddy Indian on Reddit? I saw him earlier. Oh yeah, that's right. Oopsies. My apologies. But he needs to be here now for the joke, and he's not here, and I'm disappointed in him. What a horrible Indian. He likes what? Yeah. I try not to burp on stream, but that little Indian fucker actually likes it when I burp. So, he needs help. When are we getting a Mall Burping Compilation Volume 1? Ask Winters. I'm sure he'll happily make a video on it, because, well, I call him Inwell for a reason.
That is disgusting, bro. Which VTuber? Which one? Which one so I know to avoid that channel? A female coworker complimented me on my shirt and I began to stutter trying to say thanks. This guy will remember that for the rest of his f***ing life. Men will be 85 years old on their deathbed, surrounded by their family, remembering the time some random woman complimented his Metallica shirt 45 years ago. Ladies, you want to make a random man's life? Compliment his shirt. Just make sure it's not one of those like Ahiago anime shirts though. That was a weird era. I licked this canned tuna to imagine what it feels like to eat pussy. It doesn't taste like that or have that texture though. Put 5 pennies in your mouth, cut a hot dog down the middle, and then lick that. Probably closer. And here I am thinking the guy who licks a can of tuna pretending it was a pussy was rock bottom. What the f am I reading? Why can't you just buy a fleshlight or something like a normal person? The smell and the flavor are important factors here. Stop. If it smells and tastes like tuna, something is wrong. She has an infection. Suppose a girl—
Fun fact, actually. What a woman eats does actually affect how it smells and tastes down there. Which is why, sorry, chat. You don't want her eating asparagus because that will her pussy will smell like basically like a asparagus piss. And you want her more on like a meat diet, but preferably fruit. You want her on a lot of fruit because it like especially like pineapple. It makes it apparently pineapple is like I've heard this from a man, and no, I did not date this man. So you don't really want her many vegetables. You want more meat or preferably fruit. Fruit's apparently the best. Damn, that cake looks fire though. That is true. That does look like a good cake, and I would probably eat it all in one sitting and then regret it significantly 5 minutes later. Everybody knows about the pineapple apple pin. Oh fuck, that's a really old meme. Jesus Christ. Girlfriend said that to me when I drink pineapple juice. So apparently it goes both ways for both guys and girls. I guess that makes sense. That's a torte, not a cake? That looks like a cake to me. One sitting? I probably wouldn't even last in one sitting. I'll probably eat like one slice and I'll have to immediately run to the bathroom. But then after I'm done, I'll go back and get another slice. I go back to the bathroom. It does look really good. It reminds me of German chocolate, and I love German chocolate. Oh shit! Leaflet, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in. Hope you had a good stream. What'd you guys do? For those that don't know, my name is Amalgamyte. I'm a political streamer with a side of games, and today we're reacting to the most recent shoe video. I'm afraid of women. Are men okay? So welcome in, raiders. Thank you for joining me. I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy this ride. Might get a little spicy here and there, but you know, little spice never hurt anybody before. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for the vigorous spankings, everybody. I really appreciate it. Granted, the alert's still on. I thought I turned the alert off. I don't know how to work technology. I'm illiterate. Okay then. Apparently I didn't turn the alert off. After all, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you again, everybody, for the vigorous spankings. Yo, slime raid. Yes, thank you again, Leaflet. And thank you, mods, for shouting her channel out. Political stream, Leaflet recommended. Sounds like my kind of place. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. We do tend to get a little spicy here, so keep that in mind, a little PSA. I'll explain to the raiders why your clam smells like fish. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't eat fish, okay? I eat meats. I don't eat the pineapple like I should, but I still eat meats, okay? I'm honestly more of a carnivore diet. I don't like vegetables. My mom's favorite dessert is German chocolate cake. It's amazing, but I'm a slut for chocolate and coconut. Anyway, enough of a tangent. Let's get back into the video. And thank you again, everybody, for all the vigorous spankings from Leaflet's raid. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again, Leaflet, for the raid. Let's listen to the funny e-thought.
Has blocked you on every platform, but you know her address. For the past year, you've been sending her one GIF each month, each one bigger than the last. Sometimes you include a note. She's never responded, but you know she's receiving them. How would you proceed? You don't. You don't proceed. None of these people at this party know I beat it to giantess vor animations. Maybe, but now the whole internet does. I love the people in the comments like, my man. It is just actually insane, like, these people walk amongst us. Like, The guy in front of you in line at the bank might have a being eaten alive fetish. Who knows? An acquaintance I have is talking
Unfortunately, we have one of those people in this community. You know who you are. I'm outing you.
with his girlfriend and 4 of her friends 40 feet away from me. He said statistically 1 of the 10 guys in this room is a racist. They all looked at me. Funfetti people. I was talking to a girl who thought I was
Is he
Latino.
brown?
When I told her I'm Indian, she almost gagged. Woke up this Sunday morning. I'm
Base?
still 5'9". Okay, 5'9" is not f***ing short. What the hell have the dating apps done to men? Women on dating apps have just like destroyed the male psyche. Like dudes now believe if you're not 6'3", it's f***ing over. Didn't they just implement like a height
Okay, yes, okay. So, like I said before earlier in the video, I do sympathize with a lot of men, and I don't really like making fun of them, even for their posts, because of how bad the dating scene is. But if you actually internalize yourself, that if you're not 6 foot, you're worthless, that's on you, buddy. Because women don't actually know height unless you tell them. Like, I mean, maybe I'm going from personal, like, life experience, but I'm a horrible judge of measurement. As long as you're taller than the girl, that's usually all she cares about. I mean, yeah, she'll probably get wet if you tell her that you're 6 foot, but you don't have to tell her that. You can schmooze her a little bit beforehand, and if she really cares about your height, just ask her what her weight is, and if she gets offended by that, bullet dodge. She's a bitch anyways. But 5'9" is perfectly fine. That's like average height here. I think actually 5'8" is average height here in America. As long as you're taller than a girl, that's usually all that matters. The only time I actually sympathize with a girl wanting like a 6 foot man is if the girl herself is also like 5'10", 5'11", because yes, women do want taller men because they want to be dominated. There's a reason why the monster porn exists. You know, it's their feminist cop-out for wanting to be dominated without actually being a real man and giving up their feminism. But that's like the only time where I can sympathize with that. But at the same time, I'm also like, okay, listen, honey. Listen, God hates you. They made you into a monster. You're 5'11". You're a little bit of a freak. But that's on God. You're gonna have to cut your losses and actually accept the man that's normal average height, because it's average for a reason. So, calm your titties. I'm well aware it sucks. Okay, maybe I'm coming too much from the female perspective here. Like, if you're like 5'6", I can definitely see where a guy would have some insecurities and issues with that. But being insecure is a turn off for women. They care a lot more about confidence and humor. Like, I swear to God, the key to a woman's heart, like, you gotta just dominate her, essentially, completely with your personality. And be confident, be funny, and basically just try not to act like you give a shit. That's the best way, and if she really does care that much, she's a cunt. Bullet dodged. You can absolutely compensate the average height unless she's fetishizing it, then you should probably be wary anyhow. Yes, exactly.
filter on like Bumble or one of those apps or something? That is insane. Could you imagine they did a weight filter? Could you imagine no women under 170 pounds? Could you fucking imagine? They would never. Paid for nudes for the first time. They weren't great nudes. But I kept paying because she talked to me. Spinning glizzy. She talked to you, huh? Are you sure about that? Are you sure you were talking to Cutie Pie Kitten 69 and not fucking Kamal from Pakistan? Because apparently that's the thing. Apparently OnlyFans girls hire agencies in like India and Pakistan to like talk to their simps for them. I masturbate to girls until I am tired.
Listen, maybe I'm being a little bit biased here. Talk to a VTuber, chat. Don't up the parasocialism, okay? Don't be socialist. Socialists are gay. But you're better off talking to a VTuber than paying for nudes, man.
Of them, so I won't have to approach them and then get rejected. Is this why the birth rate is so low? See, I was under the impression it was because the economy and because gender relations are so terrible in this country and like women want a career and they're on birth control, blah 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 blah, but I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's just millions of this guy. Or maybe this is just Reddit. I can only get off to femboy hentai
Reddit.
now. Corn on the cob. No salt, no butter, no...
Okay, despite all my other beliefs, the one thing and maybe because once again it's the woman's perspective, and you know, I don't watch porn that often, and
nothing. This is the closest I can get to the feeling of eating out a girl's... Oh, that's not...
close
You know
at
what?
all.
Maybe it is. I don't know. My cat was sitting on my lap and I had to make him move because I started to get hard when I saw a gif of Candace.
I know which one he's talking about.
I was watching a not safe for work video with that one French girl and coomed just when the camera randomly zoomed in 4K HD on a guy's face, so I busted a load to a guy. Felt a little bit cucked and gay and cried a little bit. You could have looked away. But you didn't, did you? My body is permanently deformed and crippled by decades of compulsive, joyless masturbation. Everyone who sees me can tell instantly. Saw a female's body in the cheese and had to jerk off before finishing the plate. Microwaved cheese lasagna.
Okay, hold on. That actually does kind of look like a female body, not gonna lie. Like, you can see the boobs, the titty, the tummy, the belly button even, you know, the little V that the groin creates and stuff like that. Like, that actually does look like some nudes. I can't really blame the guy for this one this time around, actually. As long as he didn't actually jerk off into his lasagna, then that's a different story.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read the first part. What the f is that? That is not lasagna. That is an abomination.
True.
Off to a VTuber crying compilation and the hardest I've ever in my life. I used to be a track star in high school and both my parents always loved me. How did I fall so far? It's actually so crazy how, like, you can do everything right as a parent. You can just be like a great, responsible parent and raise your kid right. And then one day on your son's like 13th birthday, you gift him his own computer. And then in a few years, he's masturbating to anime girls crying and posting about it on Reddit. Tofu broke apart just like my life. Yesterday, for the first time in my life, I looked for and watched cuck porn on purpose, then cried. I have a micropenis. All porn is cuck porn. You're sitting in a chair watching two people fuck. You might as well be sitting in a chair in the corner of a hotel room watching two people fuck on a bed. What's the difference? Porn is basically virtual cucking. Tried to jack.
You know what? She's right. I never thought about it that way, actually. That actually might be one of the strongest arguments against porn I've heard. Unironically. I don't think I'll be able to look at porn the same again after that. Like, maybe I can still watch my Tentai because that's a monster doing it and not no, but I guess I'm the one being cucked because I'm not the woman after all. Man, I feel, I'm not liking this realization that I had. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, to say the least. My world's a little bit shattered. Also, those wings look really good. I want some now. Yeah, that's why if you watch it solo play, LMAO. But, like, if it's solo play, then isn't that just masturbation? And, like, there's no fun just watching somebody get just masturbating, because you're the one also masturbating, you know? Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. Gooners equals cuts confirmed. Cut queen them all, fuck you! No! I just watched Femcells Fap alone? Okay, I guess I can see the appeal for that as a man. I can't see the appeal as me, the woman, watching a guy masturbate. That just seems a little bit weird. It's like, it's awkward to watch somebody masturbate. That's just weird, man. Maybe I'll just fantasize. Well, even if I fantasize, unless I'm thinking about somebody doing it, no, usually it's me. Okay, I should probably stop while I'm ahead. I feel like I'm digging myself a hole. Let's focus on the wings.
Back off today, but all the porn was so bad I just turned my phone off and cried myself to sleep. Okay, the reason why you think the porn is boring is because you are so completely desensitized from seeing it all the time. Like 40 years ago, dudes were jerking it to like the Sears catalog underwear ads. And now the most insane, depraved shit you could ever fucking imagine is only like a few clicks away. Like, I just don't think humans were meant to live that way. Like, I don't think humans were meant to see sissy hypno inflation compilations every second of the day, you know? Whenever I masturbate, I leave my cum sitting in my underwear. We can smell it, by the way. We can smell the cum. Women especially can tell if you have recently masturbated. You ladies know what I'm talking about. Like, you go up to a guy and, like, you can just tell. Like, you can smell it. If you're a guy and you're like, wait, is she joking? Is she being serious? Don't worry about it. Last night I jerked off and my goopy...
I mean, I don't think I've ever met a guy after he masturbated that I know of, but yes, the smell of cum is actually quite strong. You know, you want to make sure you clean up very well.
Steamer of a load landed on my Xbox and fell into the ventilation of the console and it turned me on so much I sprayed the console with 9 sprays of my mom's perfume and masturbated to the stench, and now it won't start. Breakfast to start the day. Why?
What the fuck?
Why? I've had this crush for 3 years, and I want to screenshot and print some of her photos on Instagram to pee on them, but I can't even afford a printer, so I just wrote her name on a piece of paper and drowned it in my piss. I'm just a stupid pee cell. Why? I hate how the one time she wants to pop a tea for the gram is when she's breastfeeding. Got me using AI just to remove her baby from the pic. Save the earth and post them teas uncensored. Plump and full of milk. This video is turning me into a fucking misandrist. This video is—
I mean, that's a whole different level of being cucked. She's been bred too. Like, that woman has been bred. You lost, dude. That's a whole another low. Jesus fucking Christ. I feel so bad for these men. Actually, chat. Okay, since you guys are all guys, right? Right? Last time I checked, there's no women here. Women not allowed. They don't exist. They're just a psyop. What's worse for you guys? I'm actually kind of genuinely curious. Pity and like or sympathy, maybe. The pity and sympathy are technically different, I know, but it's for me, it's kind of a mix of both. Because like I said before, I don't really like making fun of these guys because I do feel for the situation and how bad the dating scene is and how feminism has ruined the world. But at the same time, when they tell these stories about themselves, and it is on Reddit after all, it's really hard not to ask what the fuck's wrong with you. Like, seriously, you can be a normal human being and not be like this despite how bad things are, right? Right? Yeah? Pity is far worse. Poll time? The pity is worse than just making fun of? Me personally, I hate being thanked more than being pitied. Set a poll to get an honest metric. Okay, you heard it here first, mods. Make a poll. What is worse for men when it comes to dating issues, I guess? Because like that's technically what these posts are about, since it is about incels. But I feel like this is a bit more than just dating issues, frankly. I think it's a whole mental state. So I guess which is worse, pity or being laughed at for such embarrassing stories? Making jokes makes life easier, but I still feel mean for making fun of them because their situation is just so horrible. I kind of hate sympathy more than pity. Sympathy is like the bare minimum of emotional investment. I can't tell if I agree with that or not. I'm gonna have to think about that because I want to say my immediate reaction was no, but technically, if you want to be a good person, you do give out the sympathy. So, everyone has a breaking point, and the pit of despair has no bottom. Fair enough. Honestly, these guys are a lost cause, so don't feel bad, lol. I mean, maybe, but I mean, they are on Reddit after all. But it's just, I wish that I could tell them it'd be okay. And even though I'm not even maybe I don't know, but then feel like I'm lying in that case because with how bad things have gotten, it's really hard to be like yes it's okay and try to actually make someone feel better when it comes to issues like this because I also look at women, I also look at the dating scene, I also look at what feminism has done to society, and I think this fucking sucks. Like there's no fixing this. The genie's out of the bottle unless we have extreme force for the solution. But then we get in the Fed posting here, and that's yeah. So it's like, what are you supposed to do other than focus on yourself? You know, maybe don't masturbate into your Xbox and then masturbate off that and spray it with your mom's perfume. You know, go to the gym, eat healthy, work on your confidence and your sense of humor, and just keep try again. And don't fall into the sissy hypno femboy trainee pipeline. Chances are they're genetic dead ends. If this was like 20 years ago, I would agree. But it's 2025. It's not, the dating scene isn't the same. I have tough skin, so your chat went away. I have tough skin, so jokes won't face me. Pity though is being looked down on for being so pathetic without any laughter. I guess for me, maybe this is where I'm going to be a lot more closer to sympathy than pity. But it's not like I don't try to look down. It's more like I understand your plight. Maybe, I guess technically empathy in that case. No, because I can't actually relate to that. I can't actually relate to that situation because I am a woman. Last time I checked. I could secretly be a man. You never know. It's more like I sympathize with your plight and I want to try to make it better. Not because you're so pathetic, because it's just you're in a bad spot and I want to help and make it better. But I guess in a way that is kind of looking down upon because you're I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to justify myself with my little armchair psychology. and it looks like the winner was pity is worse. So I'll just make fun of you guys, chat. Social media being social media, that's true. Sympathy then? Fair. Were you redeemable? I don't know, chat. Don't think about it too hard. The 95 IQ is maxed out. Fair enough. I wouldn't call that pity. Armchair psych here. Yes, I like to dabble in armchair psychology a decent amount. Oh, okay, but enough of armchair psychology. Let's get back into Shu.
Turning me into a femcel. I can't do this anymore. I'm dyeing my hair blue, I'm getting a nose ring, I'm growing out my armpit hair.
Shu, you have a baby!
I was wearing flip-flops and gym shorts at uni yesterday, sitting on the floor with her legs open. I went home and off 6 times in a row thinking about her feet and her butt. Woke up today, went to pee, and noticed that a chunk of skin on the back of my is coming off. That's it! That's it! Men need to be born into prison and then earn their way out. There's probably something terribly wrong with my colon. I've been told to seek medical advice ASAP for several months, but it will probably figure itself out one way or another. Well, you should probably go to the doctor if you don't want something bad. I wish older women would pee on me. Oh. God, the men you have sent to protect us are on Reddit fantasizing about getting pissed on. Discovered cartoon pornography at the age of 8 and life sucks since then. My mom caught me dry humping my torn mattress to some AI porn and hasn't looked at me in the eyes since. I haven't even touched a girl intimately yet, and I've lived half my life. I'm 39. Okay,
Okay, sorry to interrupt her, but 1, what the fuck is that dish? That makes me almost want to puke. 2, I'm not a fan of banning porn, but my fucking god, kids should not have access to porn at all. And seriously, parents need to learn what the fuck parental controls are. Granted, he's 39, so I don't think I guess the internet was around back then, but it was in a more like infantile form, and parental controls didn't really exist. And I guess it was more the Wild West, so he was probably fucked. But like, still, man, that's just I feel so bad for kids. I feel bad for him. Like, it seems like it was not exactly his fault he found it at 8. But there is studies have been shown that the younger that you have find access to porn, the more fucked up that you are. This man basically never had a chance as soon as he found it at 8. And he's like, if kids are going to find it, which by the way, kids shouldn't watch porn at all, regardless of the age, until 18. But if kids are going to find it, it's going to be better when they're like teens, like 15, 16, when they're going to be more sexually active, as teenagers are sexually active, regardless of, what it is. It's still not great, by the way, and still you have parental controls and stop your kid from having it. But the differences between finding porn at 8 versus finding porn at 15 is astronomical. Fine the parents for failing to control their kids. Parental controls are there. This can be enacted. Under this day and age, 100%. When this guy was a kid, that was in the 90s. If there was no hope for him, because I don't think even people back then really understood how the internet worked. So these alarmists are so pathetic. These are redditors. No one should be surprised at their degeneracy. Yeah, I honestly, God, don't think this is the vast majority of men. I am well aware about how bad the relationship between men and women have gotten. I mean, there's a 45-point average between men and women politically. Men are so much more conservative and women are just absolutely insane. Women demand the 6 foot, 6 abs, 6 figures, 6 inches as well. And they have at least 10 bodies by the time they get into college. And just there's so many issues with women in the modern age. They have the thousands of dollars in college debt. They think they deserve the whole entire world, even though they can't even cook. I do sympathize with men on these issues, but I don't think this Reddit thread is the vast majority of men when it comes to how they handle it. At least I don't think so. Maybe I'm relying too much on my experience with my own community. You guys know no socialism here because that's gay, but you guys seem relatively fine, right? 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 So, this is just a dark hole of the internet that she found, and it's good content for a video. I'm not going to criticize her on this, but I don't think this actually reflects majority of men with how they react with this. If not, these are bottom of the barrel incels. I imagine there's even more. You'd be surprised about what just live life normally you never guessed, and larger majorities regular guys. Yeah. Even if they don't go to the gym and work on themselves, a lot of guys are literally just regular guys. It's just unfortunately, women don't want regular guys. They want the minotaur dick. Sorry, cock. Did you know in the milking farm, dick, the word dick has only been used 2 times. The word cock is used over 100 times. I think it's like 149 times if I remember correctly. Arch told me the amount of times it was used in the book because he was actually curious about it because he's a Swede. But the keep in mind, the book is only 230 some pages long, which means that the word cock is used about every other page. Anyway, women are the real degenerates.
First of all, bro is fart maxing. Second of all, men, you really gotta stop the porn. You gotta stop it, or like just way less of it. It's not good for you. Listen, I used to be super pro porn a few years ago. Not anymore. It's gotten so bad, especially after COVID. I feel like it got so much worse. I feel like porn addiction just kind of exploded in the past few years. In women too, as we have previously discussed. I'm sure everything is fine in moderation, blah,
I read
blah,
that
blah,
book,
but I feel like
unfortunately.
there's just like no moderation anymore. I feel like fucking everyone is just a gooner. And it's making everybody depressed. We're just like a society running on like perpetual post-nut depression. Afraid to talk to women at work in case they allegation max. Just friendliness max and LARP as a normapilled creepiness minimizer. I asked a girl out at work and she reported me to HR. I think I'm gonna lose my job. See, this is—
I hate women! I hate women so fucking much! I mean, I guess in a way bullet dodged, because if she's that insane to report you to HR for simply asking you out, but fucking hell, Me Too was supposed to die in like, what was it, 2018 was Me Too really starting up, 2017? I hate women so fucking much, seriously. See, this is why I sympathize with men when it comes to this, because holy fucking shit, women are just cunts. Women legitimately are just cunts. I can't stand them.
sad. Like, back in the day, it was totally acceptable to flirt with your coworker, ask her on a date, whatever. Like, so many people's parents met because they worked together, because they were coworkers, and they flirted and they hung out and stuff. And now it's like not socially acceptable at all to do that. HR culture has ruined the relationship between men and women in the workplace. Fuck HR, go talk to your crush. I got called into—
Honestly, women shouldn't be in the workplace to begin with, to be fair. That would solve a lot of the problems there. But alas, it's 2025. Society is dying. Welcome to the real world, chat! I said at the beginning of the stream it's actually supposed to be a white pill stream, which we rarely have because we get to make fun of e-thoughts and everything. And I mean, we did, but now, how you feeling?
to HR because apparently it's not okay to jokingly ask my coworker if I can gargle her period. Oh, what the f— Okay, never mind. Never mind, don't do that, don't do that. No more talking to women at work. No more talking to women at work. No more talking to women in general. Total ban on talking to women until we figure out what the hell is going on. Downloaded Tinder and got 2 matches in 5 days. F my stupid, ugly life. Okay, from what I know
That's actually
from like
good, though.
men who use the apps that I've talked to, that's actually really good. Oh my god, they're all so f***ing mad at him in the replies. You get a f***ing match in less than a week and you complain? Stop humble bragging. I've gotten 0 matches in 3 months. 2 matches in 5 days? Why are you even here? My culture is not your costume. Fake cell. Go outside and get your life together. A true cell gets 0 matches. That's 2 people. How many do you need to be satisfied? Mods, take his balls away. 2 matches? Head on over to Kitchen Chads. Oh god, what is Kitchen Chads? Hold on. Kitchen Chads. It's real. Oh my god. I love cooking for my girlfriend with the money I make from my job. Made some ratatouille because I like the movie. Might go for a run later. I have had sex before. This is like the Krusty Krab across the street from the chum bucket. This is evil. This is diabolical. Okay, let's go back to kitchen cells. We're done here. I haven't felt the touch of a woman in months. Months? Fake cell. Try 25 years. Boo, fake cell. Fake cell spotted. Went to the drugstore and the girl cashier was nice to me. Started stuttering, so she kinda giggled at me, so I left immediately. Felt so humiliated I couldn't stop myself to get home and masturbate to the idea of her suffering. Masturbating to the idea of her suffering. Incredible. This is some classic incel shit. I like how there's just like a bunch of people in the comments like, dude, what the fuck? Bro, get some help. Fake cells when a real incel pulls up. A girl I know has recently added me to her close friend stories. Well, today she posted a poll asking what color she should paint her toenails, and apparently my answer was, quote, too specific. I'm no longer in her close friends list. I once walked up to a woman I went to school with since—
Too specific? Okay, well, I'm gonna try to control my I hate women rant, but like, how is it too specific? Did you use like the hashtag and the letter and number combination of what color it would be instead of just like, I don't know, pink? Or did you have like, did you say, because there's this there's the meme of the whole like men look at the colors and it's just like blue, red, green. Meanwhile, women would be like, you know, teal, turquoise, magenta, violet, essentially. Did he do that? But even with that, that's still retarded. Unfortunately, I know a woman would probably still get the ick if he did that. Still retarded. How were you too specific? What color did you tell her? What did you do, sir? He probably said mauve instead of red. Oh god. If a woman asked me that question, I would block her. He said periwinkle. Just like when I think Amal's hair is purple. It's magenta! It's pink! It's not purple, you blind fuckers! In my defense, because of Kirsha's streams, I learned more about nail polish in the last 6 months than I thought was possible. Well, I mean, hey, for your future girlfriend, you can help her out, because if she's actually a good woman, she will appreciate that, and not get the ick because you're too specific. Ugh.
Middle school at a bar. Before I could even finish saying hello and asking how she was, a guy put himself between us and asked her if she knew me. She said no. I'm pretty sure they're married now. 22, no driver's license, no post-high school education, never had a job, never kissed a woman, and have horrible social anxiety. Flying bundle of bananas for dinner. I'm Albanian.
It's not that bad, though.
I'm half Jewish, half Indian. It was over at—
This man's cooked. Out of all the posts that she has made this video out of, this is the worst one. Fully cooked. For real, for real. Uh-oh, Disney adult. Yes.
Birth. You didn't have to tell us the half Jewish part. We could tell by the circumcised avocado. 5'3". Finally got the confidence to walk up to a girl at a bar and she bent down and asked me where my parents are. Oh no. Judging by what we have seen around this subreddit, some guys would be totally into that. Some men are drowning, while others die of thirst. I should clean my—
I mean, true, but 5'3". I know I said like 15 minutes ago, if you're short, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, if you're 5'3", you need to find a woman that's under 4 foot. I mean, there's still hope for you. My first crush in high school, he was actually 5'3", but I'm 5'1", so he was still taller than me, so it worked out. We didn't actually date though. He's a major asshole, and it's a whole different story. But you know, if you're 5'3", you gotta go for 5 foot and under. And good luck, buddy.
my bathroom, but without the drain flies, I have nobody left to keep me company. Asmongold, is that you? You don't just have your drain flies. Look, you have a little ant friend too. See? It's not all bad. Made peach cobbler. I have a date tomorrow. Maybe my femcel gay life is over. A woman going on to a incel subreddit talking about how she has a date tomorrow. This is just evil. This is just like eating a 5-course meal in front of a starving African child. What are you doing, bitch? I'm a femcel loser who can't talk to people and spends all her time playing games. Guy I had a crush on from high school told me he wasn't interested in a relationship, but I think he's lying and didn't want to tell me he's not interested because I'm fat, chopped, and broke. F my f***ing loser virgin life. I'm about to turn 25 and I'm still a virgin. I feel like it's too late now. Everyone knows more about intimacy than I ever could, and no one will ever want an unattractive, inexperienced femcel.
Bruh, I mean, she's 25, so like, she's definitely on, what's the Japanese term? Is it Christmas cake? I think that's what it's called. You know, so she's going up there, but has she at least have a boyfriend? Because if you're a woman and you haven't had a boyfriend by 25, that's a bigger red flag than a man not having a girlfriend by 25. Because if you're a woman and you haven't had a single boyfriend by 25, there is actually something wrong with you. And it's probably not confidence. It's probably like you're morbidly obese. You're ugly as fuck and actually deformed. Still, like, even fat, morbidly obese women can get it. I've seen some planets with some stick figures before. So, like, it had to, and then even then, there's that whole, like, granted, obviously, reality is different than fantasy, but there's that anime thing that gets, that goes viral on Twitter, like, once a month with that girl in the wheelchair and the guy taking care of her. So, unless you're, like, actually butt fuck 2 out of 10 on the score, goddamn monstrosity ugly. But even then, I feel like there'd be one guy that'd be okay with it. Like, there's something legitimately wrong with you. Go outside! Touch grass! Oh my god. A girl I know asked why don't femcels and incels just get together and had to ask, really? Yeah, the thing is, femcels don't exist. Femcels legitimately don't exist. Like, it basically is just women who don't even go outside, and that's on them. There's a huge difference between a woman who just doesn't go outside and a guy being fucked over by the system. Like, femcels legitimately don't exist. Just go touch grass. I know guys don't ask girls out anymore, and it's really unfortunate because girls do like it when guys ask them out. They don't like making the first move, but obviously guys are too scared to being me too to do that, which is also understandable. So you have to have some compromise here in society to even it out. But still, if you're a woman, just go outside. Hell, just be on the internet in general. It's not that, like, oh, I hate women. I hate women. I hate women so much. I cannot wait for the robots to replace us. Lord help us. Society would be so much better if women were replaced by robots.
I'm just a lonely virgin femcel gamer. Bro, why are there women in this incel community? They're like f***ing locusts. They come in, they gentrify everything. Sports, politics, board games, video games. Now the incel community, the hating women club is being invaded by women. Is nothing sacred? There's no such thing as a female incel, okay? There's no such thing as a heterosexual female incel. Dating and finding a relationship, different. But any man would f you. It doesn't matter how fat, how socially awkward, how ugly. Men f couches. Men f rotisserie chickens. You can find a man
or apple pies.
All female incels are volcels. That is my hot take. I know I'm a fake cell, but I truly wish I was a true cell. The only woman who truly loved me for who I am is gone from this world, and I'm the only one to blame. I wish I was a true cell so I didn't know what true love felt like. Sometimes when I cook, I like to imagine I'm cooking for a loving partner who's excited for me to join them at the table, but then I turn around and nobody's there and a little part of me dies inside.
Jesus.
Every night I go to sleep thinking about kissing a girl just once. Another man's child has the eyes of the woman I love. She's better off without me, and soon enough she'll forget the color of my eyes and the way we laughed together, while I'll be trapped in those memories forever. I like how in the women posting Elle's video it was like, I got drunk and peed on my date, teehee, and the men posting Elle's video it's like, I wanna kill myself. Like, this shit isn't even funny. I don't even know what to say to this. This is just depressing. Black bean chili. Mom would hit me until I stopped crying as a kid, and now I'm an emotional wreck to any girl I talk to. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I need a girl to beat me like my mom did. Oh. A Freud cell. I've given up on getting women. My goal now is to get as fat as possible. A friend of mine said I look like a serial killer, but not a hot one. What's up with women in the serial killer shit? Okay, for all my weird flaws, at least I do not have a serial killer fetish, okay? That is one I do not have. I can't stop
Me either, by the way. Tentai, though. What? I can explain the serial killer fetish, and I know, and I imagine Shu can too. She's probably just doing it for the joke, because she's one of the few funny women that actually exists out there, because women aren't funny. But the serial killer thing is it's kind of like the monster fucking thing, where it's the dominance factor, it's the danger factor. Women want a man that can hurt them and rape them, because rape is hot. Like, and a serial killer can hurt them. That means they are threatening, they are dangerous. That means they will have good violent kids that would be perfect for protecting the tribe, and so therefore they are good breedable selectable men. That's the ovaries talking, by the way. Not my ovaries, just woman ovaries in general. Not doesn't mean actually in reality, because serial killer will also mean they die. But they would produce violent offspring that help protect the tribe. It's actually typical biological common sense there. It's just that the women that are attracted to serial killers, kind of like with the monster porn, are typically just feminists who need an outlet for the biological desires, but they are ashamed to admit that they actually want a dominant man that takes care of them and provides for them. And so it evolves into this hot mess where they project that desire on something that's essentially safe, edgy for them, which is in the serial killers or monsters.
Having homosexual fantasies about me and my classmate, and I wake up with a boner every morning. The cold showers are not fun. I'm not gay, but imagining how slim his legs are makes me feel hot. I'm not gay, but I keep fantasizing about how soft and smooth bro's legs are. I was in the bathroom trying to eat a banana when two guys walked in and I could hear them kissing. I squashed my banana in anger because of the jealousy I felt, and to make matters worse, I think I grabbed the wrong kind of banana. Haha, I just accidentally squeezed my dick to the sound of two men kissing. I cook so often for my roommate that I've started to feel like his boy wife. Maybe in another life I was his gatherer trad wife and he was my Chad Hunter husband. Is it time to start femboy maxing? Sometimes I have inappropriate thoughts about other men and I hit myself in the head repeatedly.
Good.
Men out here fighting demons, and the demons is bisexuality. Listen, it's 2025.
It's the one drop rule. If you're bisexual, you're gay, I don't make the rules. There's a reason why most women don't actually like bisexual men. Unless you're the top, you're the bottom, and if you're the bottom, you're weak and effeminate, and therefore you're not attractive. Women don't actually like bisexual men, generally. So, if you one drop rule, you're gay.
Nobody gives a shit if you're gay anymore. That's basically like being straight nowadays in the world of demisexual gender goblins or whatever the fuck. You're good, bro. Just don't be a furry. Went on Grindr to see if I was lovable and they rejected me. You were rejected on Grindr? That's impossible. Dudes will literally hit up someone on Grindr before the person even has a profile picture. They'll just like get in the DMs like, hey, wanna bang? I swear to God, talk to any gay male friend of yours. They will say the same. The gay male community is what all of human sexuality would look like if women were not the gatekeepers of sex, and it's horrifying. I've said before that hookup culture is basically straight people culturally appropriating gay culture, and it's been a complete disaster for society. 18 male. I haven't seen my friends in months, and all I do with my time is work at my job. Welcome to being an adult, unfortunately. Welcome to the next 45 years of your life.
Get help.
I love the people in the comments like, imagine having a job, you have friends? This guy is doing better than like 90% of this subreddit and he's only 18. It's never been less over for someone. I'm only 16 and I've already wasted my entire life. I'm gonna turn 18 in a few days. I'm below average in everything. If you're 17 years old, you are basically a child. You are a baby. What are you doing on the incel subreddit? All these people like, oh, I'm 16, oh, I'm 17. Is it over for me? This was me at 16, okay? Quoting Invader Zim, going on newgrounds.com, and now look at me. You know, on second thought, I am exactly where someone like that would end up, aren't I? Never mind. What I'm trying to say is, it's not over, okay? It's never over, but it's especially not over when you are that young. It's not like you're 36 or something. A pretty girl sat next to me on the bus and I leaked a bit of pre-com. I'm 36. Oh, sorry. Spent my last $10 on OnlyFans. Here's my dinner. Why would you spend money on some stupid whore when you could spend money on a different stupid whore? Me! I won't get naked or talk to you, but you can support me on Patreon. All patrons get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me say, fuck, shit, piss, bitch, link down below. Much smarter way.
Yeah, you can support me on Ko-Fi. I had the alerts turned off for the video, but I'll read all the donos after the video's over, which we got a couple minutes left. But yeah, you support this e-whore that will not date you. I'm not a girlfriend experience VTuber. No parasocialism. No socialism in general. But I am an ethot, so therefore I will take your money.
To waste your money, if I do say so myself. Anyway, obviously many of these people are being silly, they're being tongue-in-cheek. Real actual incels probably don't hang out much on Reddit. They're not out here posting shit like this. I just thought this was funny and goofy. That has been my whole channel. I find something funny, I bring it to you. I'm like a cat bringing its owner a dead mouse as a gift. Here you go. What is your biggest L? Maybe I'll make another video like this where I just read
my life.
She1Head's audience posting their L's. But I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!
Skip ahead to the little blooper at the end.
Oh, I'm just a lonely virgin femcel gamer.
Oh, there we go. Okay, this is lots of fun. This is actually a lot of fun, chat. You know what? Maybe I will do more She1Head reacts, because I actually do really love Shu. I've been a fan of her since she basically started YouTube and she was dating Armor Skeptic and everything. Like, I love Shu on Head. She's actually a huge influence on me. And I really do love Shu. And if you guys actually love her too, then, then I guess it works out both ways. Because I do like her so much. So, and she's really funny. She's the only one of the few funny women that actually exist. She was getting closer to the dark side. Shu on Head, call me mommy. Listen, she might be a legit socialist, but she's funny and she has good take, and she's been in the culture wars. Like she's one of the big original defenders of everything. Like she's been in this ring for a very long time. You gotta respect her.